For some at Collinwood, there is no rest from the evil that has come to live there. On this night, a woman has sought refuge in the house of a dead doctor. Refuge from the terror of a strange kind of dream. But she learns this night that there is no escaping the dream, for the dream is really a curse that must be passed from one person to another until it is climaxed by the violent death of its intended victim.
Barnabas! Barnabas, please come to me! Help! Help! The dream. I had it again just now.
Again?
Yes, and it was even more frightening than it was the first time, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen. It was frightening. How is it possible, Barnabas? I thought I'd be safe here.
Now you know what I discovered so many years ago. There is no escape from the witch.
You mean I'll keep having the dream?
Until you're terrified enough to tell it to the next person.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes.
Barnabas, I can't hold out any longer. I can't. I've got to tell her.
No. You must try.
I have tried, but it's not possible. You don't know what the dream's like. I've got to tell someone before I lose my mind.
There's only one thing we can do, and that is to get on with the experiment as quickly as possible.
I'm not even sure I can be ready. I don't know everything in Lang's journals yet.
Well, you have all day to read them, but we must be ready tonight. You know I can't wait any longer than that.
Yes, tonight.
And you must find some way to get hold of yourself.
Barnabas, if Cassandra can stay at Collinwood and still control my dream, what's to prevent her from controlling the experiment as well?
She knows nothing about the experiment.
We think she doesn't know about it, but what if she does? She knew that you and Lang were working on something together.
Well, she was never able to find out what it was.
How can you be so sure of that?
I can't be sure of anything, Julia. I can't even be sure of the experiment itself. If we fail, well, then we must go through with it anyway. It's the only chance I have to escape from her. Dawn is coming. I know that I'm going to have to struggle to live through this day. Time is the enemy now, Julia, not Cassandra. If we fail, this may be the last dawn I will ever see. Could that be at this time of day?
I don't know, but I'm afraid to answer it.
Why?
Because that's the way the dream starts, with a knock at the door.
Well, in your dream, it was Mrs. Johnson who knocked, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, that couldn't be Mrs. Johnson out there, not at this hour.
Oh, Barnabas, please don't answer it.
We must, Julia. If who's out there hears us now, they'll know that we're here. Mrs. Johnson, what are you doing here?
I don't know.
You have no idea why you're here?
No,
You must go back to Collinwood, Mrs. Johnson.
no, I must come in.
I'm sorry, but Dr. Hoffman and I have a lot of work to do.
No, let her come in, Barnabas.
What?
Let her come in. I've got to talk to her.
You can't, Julia.
It's no use, Barnabas. I'll never make it till tonight.
I forbid you to talk to her. It's dangerous.
Barnabas, you want us to succeed tonight, don't you?
And of course I do.
We're not going to succeed unless I free my mind, and the only way I can free it is by telling her my dream.
Julia, if you tell her now, there may not be a tonight.
What do you mean?
Well, she is the person you have to tell it to. Who will she have to tell it to?
I don't know.
Suppose it's me. She could be the one who will finally bring the curse back to me.
Barnabas, we'll have to take that chance.
No.
Barnabas, look at my hands. You think I'll be in any shape to work in that laboratory tonight?
Julia, I will take that chance. I need to. Now, Mrs. Johnson, I want you to go back to Collinwood now.
No, I can't do that.
Why not?
I don't know, but there's some reason that I'm here, and I don't know what it is.
Who sent you here?
No one. I was in bed, asleep. I woke, and I got up and got dressed. And I came here for some reason I don't understand.
Don't even try to. Now, come, I'll take you back to Collinwood.
It won't do any good, Barnabas. I've got to tell her.
Julia!
Let's not argue about it, Barnabas. You don't know what's going on inside me. If you take her away from here, I'll only follow you. I can't stop now, even though I want to.
All right. Tell her.
Mrs. Johnson, sit down. Before I tell you, I must ask you to do something. If you can, when you go back to Collinwood, I want you to stay awake as long as you can, until tomorrow morning, if possible.
Why?
Because the first time you go to sleep, you're going to have a very unusual dream.
But I never dream. I was just telling Mrs. Collins that just today.
Mrs. Collins?
Yes, Roger's wife. She asked me if I believed in dreams, and I said, I never have dreams.
Well, you're going to have one, Mrs. Johnson, and it's going to be the most terrifying experience of your life. Well, I finished.
And?
Well, I'm not sure I know everything, but there's time enough now to go through it all over again.
How do you feel?
I haven't thought about the dream since I told it to Mrs. Johnson.
Will there be any problem with the experiment?
Nope. I'll be fine. I'm sure of it now. This is no time for an interruption.
Take the journals upstairs to the lab, and I'll answer the door and get rid of them. Vicky.
Hello, Barnabas. May I come in?
Yes, of course. What brings you here at this hour?
When I got your note yesterday, I thought you'd already left. But Mrs. Johnson just told me you were still here.
Yes, I was delayed. I planned to leave sometime tonight.
Why, Barnabas?
Well, I believe I explained it in the note.
No, you didn't. Your note was a little vague. And sad.
Sad?
Yes. I had the feeling that you were saying goodbye to me forever.
Oh, no, Vicky, that's not true, but...
What?
Well, it's just that I'm not sure when. I don't know whether you will understand this, but even though I'm gone, I want you to know that I will still be very close to you.
How is that possible?
Well, Vicky, you of all people should know that almost anything is possible.
Yes, but...
Of course, I will always be with you in spirit, but there is another way. It's just possible that you may feel my presence through my cousin.
The one that you mentioned in the note?
Yes, he's from England. He should be arriving within the next few days.
Won't he be very upset when he finds out that you've already left?
No, I wrote him and told him that it would be impossible for me to be here when he arrives, and I'm sure he'll understand. And I know that you and Cousin Elizabeth and the rest will be very kind to him.
Of course we will.
I'm sure that you will like him very much, Vicky.
Yes, I'm sure of that, too.
As a matter of fact, he and I share a great deal in common, so I already know that he will become fond of you very quickly.
Barnabas, are you leaving because of me? Because I've hurt you?
Of course not, Vicky.
If you were, I'd never forgive myself.
Vicky, I've always known that I wouldn't be able to stay at Collinwood forever. You see, I have business interests in England, and I've left them, well, neglected far too long. It's as simple as that.
Barnabas, I'm so sorry. So sorry that I haven't been able to give you the same kind of love that you've given me.
Vicky, someday we will talk again, and I will tell you things I've never told anyone before. And you will know that it's just as well that you don't share my feelings now. You will know that loving me would have been the greatest mistake of your life. Well, there's going to be a storm. You'd better get back to Collinwood.
Goodbye, Barnabas.
Until we meet again.
I'm ready.
Then begin. Well, what are you waiting for?
This may be the last time I'll ever see you as you are now.
That's the point of this, isn't it? To save me from what I am now?
Yes.
Then let's not wait any longer. We don't have much time. If we don't get started, finish by daybreak, there won't be any hope at all for me. Now begin.
What is it, Barnabas?
It must be working.
What do you mean?
I'm getting weaker. I feel life slipping away from me.
Barnabas, you're still alive.
Tell me, what happened?
I had to stop.
Why?
I failed, that's all. It's all over.
It mustn't be. Let me up.
No, you're too weak.
Let me up.
Why, Barnabas?
We're going to try again.
No, it's too dangerous.
We can and we will. You're going to find out what you did wrong, and then you're going to correct it. We still have enough time.
How am I going to do that?
You're going back downstairs, and you're going to go through those journals and find out what you did wrong.
I don't think I can, in the time.
Julia, you're going to try. Now, whether you know it or not, we almost finished it. We're going to try it again. I wanted you to live. I wanted my empty shell to be on that table. I wanted you to be standing over me and looking down on my lifeless body. Live. Is it not still possible? Live. You're alive. We're both alive.